Okay, guys, welcome back to another story time. Today we have a story about, let's just go ahead and get with it, a weird teacher. Now, thankfully, I haven't had to deal with any of this so far, but the subscriber wanted me not to call him by his real name, so we'll just give him some random names this time. It starts back in all the way in 6th grade. Oh my god, 6th grade. But the subscriber, we'll just go ahead and call him George, I guess. Yeah. So it's all the way in 6th grade, and he had math, science, geography, and another thing. Math, science, geography, and history. There. Well, no, English. Yeah. Um, but we start all the way, and he's in math class, of course. Which at this point, math was actually his last period. That's on me for saying it wrong. But he was in his last period, and at this point, um, it was like he had two of his friends with him at this point because at the end of class he needed to get some extra what's the name? Needed to get some extra credit because his grades were about to really be crappy, and plus he was well, let's just say he was kind of failing and midterms were about to go out. So he asked the teacher if she could help him with trying to get some extra credit. And at that point, she's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever. Go ahead and come and see me by after school." So he goes at this point, and at this point, his exploratories or electory or whatever they're called at this point, because a bunch of names of them. At this point, he has his last core class, and then he has his two exploratories. So then he gets through all of them, and then he goes to the class. Now, what he literally experiences is something that could scar me or like you or whoever for almost like a lifetime now, bro. It's crazy. Like literally, it surprised me to my core. It scared me what he had to witness. I feel so bad for him, bro. But so he walks in to the teacher's class, and what to his surprise is he finds his teacher and another guy. Let's just say getting freaky in the classroom. Let's just put it like that. They were getting freaky in the class. Like, why? What turns people on about getting freaky in a classroom? Like, it's kind of like the bus stories. Like, what turns you on about a really, really disgusting, like, classroom or bus? Like, why is it most of the time classrooms and buses, the places that you get the most, like, weird kind of stuff? But you would, like, most of the time, you would think, oh my god, it's not going to be anything. It's normal. It's just a regular classroom. Nothing's bad going to happen. And then this stupid stuff right here happens. Like, what the it's just kind of weird, don't you think? Like, it's just messed up. Like, what turns people on about classrooms? Classrooms, out of everything. Like, you couldn't wait to do it when you get home because you're also a teacher. You could get fired or you could literally get, like, charged with, like, different things of whatever and go to jail or prison for that stuff. Like, that's just weird, too. So weird. Like, why? But he walks in on them doing it, and the teacher is like panicking at this point. She's like almost hyperventilating at this point, and she's like, what will it do? What will it do? What can I do to like to make you not say anything at this point or whatever, like something like that. She was like, what can I do to make you keep your mouth shut? Basically, that's what he said. She literally said it just exactly like that. Like, what can I do to keep your mouth shut? You want money? You want this? You want this? He's like, I want straight A's on all of my stuff. And she's like, oh, okay, that's pretty, okay, that's all. But yeah, and you'd think it would be the end, but nah, it's not the end. Trust me, it only gets worse and worse from here. So, he thinks, oh my god, this is gonna be good. I'm not gonna get my, literally, I'm not gonna get my A whooping. Like, I'm not gonna get my woman. Like, I mean, I'd be so freaking, like, what the heck just happened? What am I witnessing? Like, I'm surprised that's not what he was like, but, like, surprisingly, he was really, really calm. Really? I guess. Okay. But, like, he was pretty calm, but the teacher was just back in there just like, oh my god, what, like, why would you do this? Oh my god, I'm gonna get I'm gonna get fired. And the funny thing about all of this that's happening is she is married. And she's doing it at school, but she's also married. With kids. With kids! I'm sorry, I'm just like, why? Like, even if you didn't have kids, that's just disgusting. It's a classroom. You're supposed to learn. It's nothing really good about a classroom, bro. Seriously. So at this point, he's feeling good. He's feeling, oh my god, whatever. It's nothing really. But it only gets worse. So about a week and a half goes by, and it's the end of the semester, and finally he's like, oh my god, finally I can go on break and all this. He comes back. Not even a full month after he got back from break. He needed to do something like an exam, but he didn't know anything about it. And he was going to ask the teacher, but since what happened last time, he was kind of scared to. But because he didn't want to get his whooping, he go ahead and did it. And she said, yeah, whatever, go ahead and come by. And her dumbass was doing it again. But she says, go ahead and come by after school, whatever. And so he comes by after that, and literally, this is the funny part. He walks in to see the principal, the head principal of the school, like yelling at the teacher and the guy she was doing it with. And he knows she's married too. That's the funny thing about it. He knows, like, she's married and all this. And so